All right. Hello, everyone. It is Dr. Kiki here with your monthly Voice Alchemy stream. I am really grateful to be here. It's been a week, and I'm just ready to get into this practice and to share a little bit more about what's been going on, and to do some collective readings, just kind of energetically see what what comes through today. I'm really looking forward to just having this hour to be in space with y'all. So thanks for being here. If you're already tuned in, I'm going to ring us in and we'll get going. So here we are. You are now tapped into the soft power frequency. So I'm just going to invite y'all to take a few short breaths with me. Inhaling through the nose, filling the belly, filling the body, and exhaling all of the air out. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling a bright, white, golden light. And exhaling, letting go anything that doesn't serve us. And one last time, inhaling through the nose. A bright white golden light filling the body, and exhaling anything that isn't serving us that we want to let go of. Oh, well, I would love to hear from y'all. If you're here watching live, just how you're feeling. What are the sensations that you have in your body? I can be more intentional and direct if you are here with me live about what we focus on today. Let me know, either from 1 to 5, how you're feeling, 1 being pretty low, energetically, this week was crap and still kind of feeling in that energy, or 5, this is Venus day, things are turning around and it's a breath of fresh air, and 5, you're feeling on top of the world. So either, type in the chat 1 to 5 how you're feeling, or any emotions or parts of the body that would love some more attention, and I'd be happy to incorporate that in our session today as we get into some breath work, some vocal toning, and just some sound healing with the voice. That has been something that is, thank you so much, Midori 2, Flow 5. Yes, and we can hold all of this. This week has been a real roller coaster. Thank you for being here, Bethany. It's good to see you, and just sending you much love. It's been a roller coaster over here. I received some really devastating news at the beginning of my week. And I won't go into the details of that because it's not really my story to share, but it was really devastating. Real tragedy that happened to a family that I recently have connected with in my local area. And that just really set me in a particular space this week. Feeling a lot of anxiety, feeling a lot of fears coming up. And whenever I have that sort of anxious sensation in my body, just kind of even wanting to control everything, that really sets off a lot of perfectionism and a lot of controlling behaviors within me. And so just kind of, acknowledging that if that's happening to me, I really felt that was happening probably to the collective. And I'm really even seeing folks that are tuned in here today that is true as well. And so just holding space here for us, acknowledging, we have natural disasters happening around the globe, left and right. sending heart beams and prayers to Libya and the flooding that's happening there. Morocco, of course, still the aftermath of the wildfires in Maui. And I'm sure there's more that that I'm leaving out here. And so just sending love to all that have been affected by the climate crisis that we are in, all who have just, experienced pain and grief and are really moving through some difficult emotions these days. So that's really what my focus is on today, is just to help support us as we collectively recognize that there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of death, there are a lot of souls transitioning at this time. And so even if you didn't necessarily experience anything quote unquote negative or painful or difficult this week, you may have felt that energy just because it's happening on such a major, massive level. And so just giving space for that today. Really, my goal, I think, today is to just be gentle, to really tune in to what our bodies are asking for at this moment. So again, of course, this is always an invitation to take what resonates, to leave what does not. And I also want to encourage people to tune in to the Soft Power Instagram. I'm taking over the Instagram today and sharing what a day in the life looks like for me, and would love to connect with you all a little bit further if you feel called to connect with me there on either the Soft Power Instagram, or you can always find me at Decolonizing Kiki on Instagram as well. So yeah, grateful to be here, y'all. This is Soft Power is my safe place to land. Soft Power is the community where I feel like I can be really most authentically myself. I can bring the difficult moments as well as the celebrations. And so we have room and space for all of it here today. So grateful to be in space with you, whether you are watching live or catching the replay. So let's start today. I have a few notes here about what I want to cover, but we're just going to move pretty intuitively today. And let's just keep going with our breathing. Today, I'd like to just do some counted breaths, and I invite you to do some movement along with it. So I'm going to guide our inhales and our exhales, and you are welcome perhaps to take your hands as we inhale and open them and close them with the exhale, or perhaps bringing the arms up for the inhale and bringing the arms down for the exhale, or doing some other movement that feels right, whether you're in cat-cow or doing some hip circles, anything that helps you connect a little bit deeper to that breath. For today, I'm just going to use my hands right here, since the virtual background doesn't really allow me to do many other big movements as clearly. So just take a moment, find yourself settled in your seat, get comfortable, connect with the ground, whether that's through your feet or through your sits bones, allowing yourself to find some alignment in your posture, making any final adjustments if you need to make some movements in your spine to get comfortable in your body, while also finding a nice tall posture in alignment with each vertebrae lined up on top of one another, all the way up from your tailbone up to the crown of the head. And just feeling the head being nicely balanced on top of your spine. And maybe just taking a moment to feel into that, feel into your head, move it around a little bit, and find a comfortable position. As many of us spend probably many of our days looking down at our phones or hunched over a computer, sometimes it can take just a few moments to find what feels really comfortable and in alignment and tall and relaxed for our head and spine to be all in alignment. So now that we found a nice, comfortable posture, we're going to first start with an inhale. I'm going to count to 4 as we inhale and fill our belly and our body with breath. And then we're going to exhale slowly on a shh, counting to 8. So in for 4 and out for 8. Okay. Take a moment, take a nice final breath just in your normal breathing. And here we go. We're going to inhale here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And try and exhale all of that air out in those 8 counts. Let's do that once more. Inhaling here for 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now we're going to extend that exhale from 8 counts to 12 counts. Inhaling here for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, maybe that felt a little bit strenuous. So be sure that you're really inhaling as much as you can, allowing the body to expand with that inhale, and then pace your breath as you need to make sure you can reach all the way back through those 12 counts. Let's do that once more. Inhaling here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. I love doing this exercise because it really encourages me to exhale and get all of that stagnant breath out. So we're really, really squeezing our lower abdominals, our bellies. We're squeezing all of that air out so that we don't have any stagnant breath left in our lungs. So when we take that next inhale, it is full of clean, clear, new breath. And breath is life, right? Quality of breath is quality of life. So let's do that again. In for 4 and out for 12. And in 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. You can return back to your normal breathing. Just take a moment to relax, maybe shake anything out in the body that might have gotten tense or tight as you were doing that. It is possible when we take those moments to really push all of that air out in our exhale that sometimes other things can get a little tight, a little tense. So just again, reminding ourselves to be as fluid and flow as possible. I'd love to hear how the body's feeling just with these first few breaths in the comments section. And we're going to do a couple more breaths here, but we're going to now extend that exhale from 12 counts to 16 counts. Okay. And it's just really great for us to practice this because it helps our capacity for breath and opening ourselves up to using our breath in more ways. So as a singer, anyone that's, a swimmer, a runner, anyone that is in movement practices, expanding our lung capacity is such a great practice. So take a moment, last 10 seconds here to move, release anything that you're feeling in the body. Again, tuning into what feels good to you. Feeling more grounded already. Good to hear. And also Flo says good and thumbs up. Awesome. Bethany is saying feeling emotions come up and move. Yes, definitely. The breath is so connected to our emotions. And so being really, really gentle with yourself as those emotions come up. There's no need to, do this next part if it's already feeling a little strange, but perhaps just again, taking nice deep breaths in your own pace would be more supportive. So do what feels best for you. We're going to go now into our next breathing exercise, inhaling here for 4, pushing all of that air out, exhaling and using those lower abdominal muscles to really get all of that air out in 16 counts on a shh. All right. We'll do that together here, getting ready, and inhale here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and shh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wonderful. And I love, again, using this sort of motion as well, landing in prayer position, again, just bringing all of these parts of us back together. All right, we're going to do that again, inhaling here for 4 and out for 16, and in 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wonderful. And last time, we're going to do that a third time. This will be the last time. Again, feel free to roll the neck, roll the shoulders if you're feeling any sort of tension come into the body as you're exhaling. Okay, one last time. Here we go for 1, 2, 3, and 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And just take a nice deep breath here, returning to our normal breathing patterns. Beautiful. And as you return to your normal breath, I just invite you again to move, listen to the body. Feel free to move any part of the body that might have felt tight or tense in those last breaths. And then we're going to go into a short grounding exercise. So you're welcome to either just soften your gaze or close your eyes at this moment. Just returning to the breath and not necessarily controlling the length of the breath, just noticing the breath, how it's feeling now. Perhaps returning to inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Just feeling the air travel over the top lip, into the nostrils, into the back of the throat, into the lungs, and exhaling through the mouth, feeling the warm air escape through the mouth. And just bringing your attention to your inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And as you inhale, I invite you to imagine bright white roots beginning to form at your tailbone or at the base of your pelvic floor or at your feet, whatever is touching the ground. And as you breathe, these roots extend downward, down through the floorboards beneath you, down into the ground below, into the soil, the sand, the dirt, the mud, the clay, extending down into the ground, connecting with the other root systems that are already there, feeling into this intelligence and wisdom that exists in these root systems of the trees and the flora and the plants that surround you on the land that you find yourself today. Allowing your roots to extend downward, broadening with every breath, down into the waters below, down, 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 down through the plates of the earth, connecting down, down, down into the core of planet Earth, the heart of Mother Earth. Connecting deeply with this life-giving, life-sustaining energy that is always here for us, that Mother Earth is always providing for us. And we experience this energy every single day, whether we are conscious of it or not. We experience it through the water that we drink, the food that we eat, the air that we breathe. And take a nice deep breath here, connecting deeper with that energy, this essence of life, the wisdom and intelligence that is here for us. And we're going to take a moment now to soak up this energy, this intelligence, up through our root system as we continue to breathe, bringing this energy into the body as this energy flows from the core, the heart of Mother Earth, Mama Gaia, up through the plates of the earth, up through the waters, up through the clay, the mud, the dirt, the soil and sand, up through the floorboards beneath us and into our bodies, starting at the toes, the feet, the ankles, relaxing every part of the body that it touches, up through the calves, the knees, the thighs, breathing deeply into each part of the body that might need more nurturing and attention. Bringing that energy up through our hips, up through our fingertips, our hands, our wrists, our arms, our elbows, up through the belly, up through the chest, up through the upper arms and shoulders and neck. Feel free to move the body or make any adjustments as you need to as this energy flows through the body. Bringing this energy up through the neck and the jaw, releasing the jaw. Releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth, up through the cheekbones, the nose, the eyes and the eyebrows, unfurrowing the brow, releasing any tension from the forehead, and bringing that energy all the way up through the crown of the head, allowing this energy to flow and surge through our body, feeling deeply connected to the land, to Mother Earth, to the plants and animals that are on this land among us. Taking time to breathe into any part of the body that might need more attention. Tending to this vessel that allows us to experience life. And so you're welcome to keep your eyes closed as we begin first with just releasing sound through our voice, sending energy down through the body, from the voice, down the spine, and down into the ground to further ground this energy. So when you're ready, I invite you to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to release through an vowel down to the ground. And inhale here. Releasing now. Very good. Notice that perhaps after doing those lengthening breathing exercises that your exhale is a little bit longer, a little bit deeper. We're going to do this 2 more times, inhaling and releasing through an through a lower part of the voice, really grounding down into the depth of our voice. Inhaling in now. Exhaling. Good. Connecting that energy to the ground, to the land, to Mother Earth. One more time. Inhaling here. And exhaling. Good. And when you're ready, beginning to bring motion and movement back into your fingers and toes, back into the body by doing perhaps some hip circles or cat-cow movements to bring movement into the spine, blinking your eyes open. Whenever you're ready. We're going to continue releasing with the voice. Now we're going to focus more on our heart center. Again, being gentle with yourself as you come back into this present moment, taking a look at your physical space around you, looking at the textures and the colors that surround you in your room, in your home. We're going to continue releasing through the voice with an ah, a really bright ah. Imagine as if you're going to take an apple and take a nice big bite of that apple. Ah, it's that bright. It's that kind of teethy sound. So we're going to start here. You can either place your hands here on your heart, feeling this heart energy and sending heart beams to yourself, to your loved ones, to those in need, and anyone that's on your heart at this time, as well as to the land, to your ancestors, your guides, and any other cosmic being that is on your heart today. So feel free to place your hands on your heart or extend your arms open to really open this heart center. Inhaling here. We're going to do that 2 more times. Again, feel free to do whatever motion, hand placement feels good to you. Inhaling here. Great. One more time. Inhaling here. Wonderful. Feel free to bring any movement into the body that feels nurturing, perhaps feeling into the body, giving yourself a nice hug. Sometimes when I have these weeks that have me feeling so much grief, I revert to this sense of feeling so disconnected from my loved ones and really desiring more touch, more, yeah, just comfort. And I forget that I can give that to myself sometimes. Of course, it's always wonderful to get a hug from someone else, but we can also be here for ourselves in really nurturing ways, giving ourselves a hug, perhaps giving ourselves a little massage. We'll do a little bit more of that later. And just feeling into this moment here. I'd love to hear how you're feeling post grounding, and as we start to use our voice in vocal toning, using these vowel sounds to release energy, to clear and cleanse these energetic centers, really focusing so far the on the root of the body, really grounding our energy down into Mother Earth and the land. And now focusing on the heart center, really opening up this space. A message that came to me this morning as I was sitting at my altar. And I do want to preface this, I'm not an extremist. I'm not somebody that takes these types of sayings to the point of where we're shaming ourselves if it doesn't resonate. So if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But I was really leaning into my gratitude practice, and what came up was at the very end, just this gratitude for this abundance of love that I've been able to cultivate through the relationships that I've created in the last few years, the relationship I've cultivated with myself. The types of friendships that I have in my life, in my body, and the relationships that I have in my life today are so much more aligned and so nurturing, so supportive, that I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that is the energy, that is the community that I have built around myself, and that I've opened myself up to receiving this kind of abundant love. And so the message that was coming to me today was really, we talk about abundance a lot in these spiritual spaces, like abundance of financial security, which is really needed for many of us as we live in this capitalistic society that preys on our creativity, preys on our productivity, and our just all of that sort of energy. And so I think a lot of times when I talk about abundance or think about abundance myself, I think about monetary support. And what I was realizing today was, how can I even open myself up to receive more monetary support, more financial security, if I'm not opening myself up to the most, to the frequency of God, of the universe, which is love. And so really for us to call in more abundance for ourselves in financial ways, in monetary ways, we have to start first with love. We have to open ourselves up to receiving love. And that is such a difficult journey to be on. For myself, I remember literally in 2020 being on my knees, falling to my knees with tears, because I was so disconnected from my heart, and my heart had become so closed off that I had felt like, am I ever going to be able to feel real love and experience love and open myself up again? Like, I had just created so many walls up to that point. I was in the middle of my doctoral studies. I was in the middle of, just this really grind and hustle culture that was keeping me really disconnected and feeling not just disconnected, but really protective of myself, and protective not in a way that was supportive to me, but actually was blocking me from real connection with people. And so that protection came in through, this very like intellectualized way of being, and trying to use the most intellectual words and concepts. And I was just conceptualizing life through my mind so much that I lost so much of my heart. And so in the last 3 years, from that moment of literally, like, I can go back to that moment in my body of falling to the ground, feeling like, am I ever going to be open to love again? To today, where now, for example, this soft power community is just, like I said, my safe place to land. Such a beautiful community of folks that are expanding our definitions of who we are. They're creative, they're artists, they're healers, they're facilitators, and they're really breaking down so many of these boundaries that I had really become programmed to learn and be conditioned to um to believe in. And by opening myself up to this online community, by opening myself up to other friendships and relationships, I feel such an incredible support system and abundance of love. And so, going back to my initial kind of ping and message for us today is that to be able to really receive and open ourselves up for abundance, that starts with love. We can't ask for, that we can't ask for the lottery if we aren't first loving ourselves. And like I said, that is a journey. It doesn't mean that if you struggle with negative self-talk that you're never going to receive abundance. But for me, that was really the message today, that the more that we open ourselves up to receiving and giving love, the more that abundance of all sorts of support can come into our life. So really just grounding into that idea as we open up our heart space today. I see that the comments here are that we're feeling more peaceful, more calm, and feeling like, yes, we've got this. I love that. So we're going to keep doing our vocal practice here. We're going to move from the heart space, and we're actually going to focus on the throat space today. So just to start, I invite you to just take the head and begin nodding it up and down, up and down, from side to side, looking over your shoulder, 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 pausing over one of the shoulders, taking a nice deep breath. Oh, just maybe even noticing if one side is more tense than the other. Moving the head over to the other shoulder. Breathing, just looking, letting the eyes guide the head. Not trying to strain it at all at this point. Good. And then coming back to center and doing more up and down, up and down. This is literally opening the throat, opening the throat. And I've said this many times in one-on-one sessions, but if you're somebody that works with crystals, I think of the voice similarly as a crystal. That when we charge our crystals in the sunlight or the moonlight, that our voice is something that also can be charged with light, that charged with these different energies and frequencies. And just by opening our throat here, allowing the sunlight, the daylight to hit this throat space is an act of opening the throat. The throat is very fragile. It's very sensitive, right? Historically, our ancestors who needed to be really protective of this part of the body. If any sort of predator or enemy comes for your throat, that's a very dangerous and violent act. And so we can be very protective of our throats. And so that also translates into our voices as well, of feeling kind of like our posture gets kind of slumped, or, just not giving a lot of space here for the throat. And so by simply giving ourselves space through posture, alignment, and movement here can be a really powerful way, without even making sound, to open the throat. And so today we're going to use another vowel sound as we've used with our root and our heart, and we're going to open up our throat center here. And so you're welcome, if you feel like you want to feel that vibration, to place your hands here, or just simply having your hands down by your side. We're going to inhale and release through an I. I is the vowel. Okay, so feel free to take a breath here. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhaling. I. Good. 2 more times. Inhaling here. I. Very good. And one last time. Inhaling here. I. Wonderful. And just noticing again how that energy, those vibrations are affecting the body, what sensations or emotions are coming up. And then we're going to close this section of our practice out with focusing on the crown. And we're going to use the vowel E. And so I like to place my hands up here as if I'm literally placing a crown on my head. Not only is this a movement that I love to do because it feels like, I'm placing a crown on my head, it really reminds me, yes, each and every one of us are royalty. We are royalty in our own right. We're royalty for our own self, our lives. That we're not here to control other people and to rule other people. We're here to rule ourselves, and that is sovereignty. And so here we place this crown on our head, and we release through an E, opening this head and this crown space up, opening ourselves up to receive wisdom as well as to connect with spirit, receiving wisdom, intelligence, receiving guidance from our ancestors, our spirit guides, and the universe, and any other deities, gods, goddesses that you may work with. So at this time, you're welcome to place your hands up here as if you're placing a crown on your head, and we're going to release through an E. All right, here we go. And in here. Very good. As I did that, as you can see in this virtual background, it's almost like we have this halo that is being placed over our head with this light sound frequency. Here we go again, and inhaling here. Very good. We're going to do it one more time. But before we do that, I just want to take a moment. If you're hearing in my voice this wobble, we call that vibrato. And the vibrato is a natural occurring phenomenon in the voice when you have enough breath moving through, and as well as freedom in the voice. And so we're not trying to push or to strain the voice at any point as we're releasing. And so you may hear a little vibrato or a little wobble in your voice, and that is totally normal. That's totally welcome. And if you don't hear a wobble or a vibrato, that's totally okay too. But I just wanted to take a moment just to make note of that if you're hearing that, if you're experiencing that in your own voice, that is a natural occurring thing in the voice. And you can also utilize those vibratos, the frequency changing, that kind of wobble in the voice. You might be able to feel that energy in the head as well. And so feel free to play with the pitch, the note that you're singing, the just feeling around in the head with different pitches and placements of the voice that you might be feeling that energy. So one last time, we're going to place that crown or that halo on our head. And inhaling here. Okay. I always feel that one a lot. So I'm just going to take a moment to roll the neck from side to side, letting that energy integrate into the body. Just as we understand more traditional medicines, perhaps that when you take your medicine, it may not, have an immediate effect, but it takes time to integrate. And so same thing with sound, same thing with vibrations. We create the sound and then it has a long lasting effect, or it may take some time to integrate. So it may not be an immediate flash of creativity, but perhaps just by opening these different channels, we focused on the root, the heart, the throat, and the crown, that we have more of a open vessel and open channel for this energy to flow, to attend to different dis-eases that we might be having in the body, helping, stuck emotions be released. It can take some time. I would love to hear how we're doing. Feel free to place anything in the comment box about how that exercise felt in your body. Any reactions are welcome. I'm going to take a moment to take a drink here. And I'm going to pull a card for us today. Again, I love to, because it's just very on brand for the Voice Alchemy sessions, I love using this Cosmic Dancer Oracle deck. The messages are quite powerful, very potent, and it also connects, usually a lot of times the guidebook descriptions will be very much connected to music, sound, frequency, movement, dance, and that's just what we're here for. Thank you, Midori and Flo. I love that you're here with me today. Bethany, thank you for being here, and anyone else that's here, I appreciate you being here with us. All right, so we're shuffling. If you're here, I feel called to have the audience pick the card. So if you could choose a number between 1 and 22. So whichever number comes in through the comment section first, 1 and 22, somebody throw in a number, and that's going to be the card for us today. And I think it always takes just a few moments for the comments to come through. 17. All right, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 11. I might as well just pull that out. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So on brand. Okay. I'll hold it back here. I think you can see it best this way. It says, consult your body's wisdom. And so literally we have a body. I love this full figured body, a real body that is connected, that is illustrated as a tree. We have these different chakra centers, which we focused on already today. The root, the heart is the green one, and then the crown. And then I love how these branches are come straight out of the head here. There's flowers that are crowning this person's head, as we practice that today as well. And this tree, I believe, has, it looks like maybe some mountains are also in the backdrop. So just feeling very grounded in the body, feeling connected to the wisdom that is here for us when we take a moment to tune into these different parts of the body, whether it's the root, the heart, the throat, the crown, doing our breath work, doing these different exercises. The emotions that come up for us is they're sharing with us what we need in this very moment. And whew, we don't always get a chance to connect with this wisdom um, on a daily basis. We're really taught not to consult with our body's wisdom. I From somebody who has taught in public schools, was trained to teach in public schools, I think our reaction to the ways that sex ed is taught and abstinence is taught is a way that we have disconnected our youth from our bodies. We've connected ourselves from our bodies, just not tuning into what our body is saying. And so we know that comes from a lot of this purity culture. And it takes a while, even if we aren't, even if our family and we are not practitioners of Christianity or purity culture, it still is so prevalent in our culture that, especially in America, that we have become so ashamed of our body and the sensations that we feel in our body that we forget that that's some of the best wisdom that we're going to tune into, that it's not about the mind and the brain all the time. It's really about the full body somatic experience. So let me just see if there's anything else I want to pull out from the guidebook. Again, this guidebook is very intense. It goes deep. So I won't read the whole thing, but it does say, you are a spark of divine essence crystallized into physical expression. Your body is the holy vehicle that carries the sacred spark. The superb and supreme intelligence that creates and sustains galaxies also flows through and animates your human form. Remember this truth and honor your body in the fullness of its divine design. As an expression of the divine mind, your body is sacred, perfect, and precious precisely as it is. Even the physical challenges you may be experiencing are your body's way of communicating to you about ways you can love and care for yourself more thoroughly and meticulously than ever before. And this really makes me feel like, feel into some of the emotions that have already been brought up in this session of the grief that has been really felt this week. And that grief is pointing to something. It's telling us that something needs to be tended to. And again, that may not be something that's like that we're feeling that's specific to us, but maybe more of the collective, and that we're just feeling that there is a lot of people in this world that are desiring this nurturing care, and we can start by giving that to ourselves. So taking it easy, doing gentle movements, connecting with friends, connecting with family, making sure that we really are reminding ourselves like we are not alone in this, that if we are feeling it, it is being felt by others as well. That's what I think is so beautiful about music, is that when you put on a song that you're really vibing to, whether it's a sad song, a happy song, whatever it may be, it is a reminder that, yes, somebody has felt this emotion too, that if that is being evoked within myself, if that sadness is being expressed in this song in the same way that I'm feeling this sadness, it reminds me I'm not alone in that sadness, that other people have experienced this as well in the world, and that we are more connected than we are alone. So one last thing, it says, what's more, there's a good reason we have sayings like butterflies in my tummy or lump in my throat, and I'm going with my gut. Our body always gives us feedback about what is nourishing, healthy, and positive, as well as what is depleting, dangerous, and compromising. So I encourage us all to listen to our bodies, listen to those sensations when you're interacting with others. Take note of what feels good, take note of what doesn't feel very good, what feels depleting, what feels taxing, and that's how you can make decisions. That's what we do here at Soft Power, is we are all about tuning into the body, tuning into our personal energy so that we can make decisions that are more supportive to us. And the more that we make decisions and choices based on what is appropriate for our body, our energy, our spirit, even more abundance and love starts to pour in to our lives. So, the times when I've really chosen myself and chosen my energy and what my body is calling for, that is when I get these affirmations from the universe with, maybe that, there's $100 check thrown my way out of nowhere, or a new opportunity comes my way, or I get invited to do something that I wasn't even expecting to do, but sounds like so much fun. And so there's just really a lot of opportunities for us to connect deeper with ourselves through our body. Okay, just because we're here, we're doing this thing, and I'm feeling into it. The other card that Midori, the 11th card, is the card 33 of this deck, and it's fine tune. So of course, that's what we're here to do. We're fine tuning our energy. We're listening to our body's wisdom. We're tuning ourselves. We're toning ourselves with our voice, with energy, with sound energy, with our frequencies. We are using vibration as medicine here to clear and cleanse these energetic centers, and so that we can literally be the best versions of ourselves. That we recognize, like, we aren't meant to necessarily walk around this existence in pain and disease. And we recognize that those come from a lot of these systems of oppression that keep us in these roles that are not built for us, we are not built for these systems of oppression. They have been built around us to keep us upholding white supremacy and capitalism, and making money for the man. And so here we are being reminded to continue to fine tune our relationship with our energy so that we can make decisions that are really in more alignment with ourselves and our energy. And that's when we're going to be able to shine the brightest, and experience all that this life has to offer. So here it says, being in tune is being in absolute alignment with divine source energy. As an alive and dynamic being, fine-tuning is a lifelong process. Throughout your journey, you will be called to come into greater and greater levels of balance, mastery, and joy. Like a concert cellist is awake to the tiniest adjustments required to play the most harmonious sound, you must initiate the loving shifts that will allow you to come into greater resonance with the most authentic and melodious expression of you. With absolute love, take an honest look at yourself and your life to discover what may be out of alignment. Without judging or berating yourself, become acutely aware of how you are spending your time, fueling your body, inspiring your mind, and nourishing your spirit. Do your words, actions, habits, relationships, and activities fully support your highest hopes, your spiritual values, and your regular connection with spirit? Have you been aligning with the purity and truth of your divine essence and source, which is ultimately the highest and most harmonious vibration of love? Or is it possible that you've been aligning yourself with something else, such as fear, worldly ambition, or low self-worth? As you purify and uplift your vibration, you simultaneously increase your ability to channel the divine qualities of beauty, harmony, and love, and to pour them forth upon the world. So thank you so much for helping me choose these cards, y'all. 37, consult your body's wisdom, and 33, fine tune. Okay. Well, today we are just about out of time. And so I'm going to close out with sharing a song that I've recently shared with the Soft Power Choir. And if you have not checked it out, I really recommend signing up for it if this voice alchemy vocal practice has been nourishing for you. These are a lot of the things that we do in Soft Power Choir, is just becoming closer in relationship with our voice, learning how to utilize the voice to support our own energy, to support our relationship with our body, and hearing our body's wisdom, as well as connecting with one another. And we're just getting in the process of co-creating songs together. And so I'm really excited about that. Our next call is going to be this coming Monday on September, what is that, 18th, I believe. And so if you get signed up on by going to the Soft Power Instagram, you will receive an email with the Zoom link as long as you sign up before Monday. So would love to have you join us. And this is a song that I channeled the day after we started and launched the Soft Power Choir. It's called, it's just the affirmation that I've used with many of my clients: my voice, my soul's unique frequency. And so before I get started, I see another comment here. Yes, Jamie, thank you for being here. Giving a lot of side reel, Venus and Cancer, attunement to our needs and the needs around us. Absolutely. Um, it is a beautiful Venus day, and this week has been a roller coaster for many of us, feeling the vibrations of grief, and the gravity of what this life is like, the complexities of it. And so I'm really grateful for you to be here and to co-regulate with us. So I'm going to share this song. I invite you. It repeats the words many, many times. But you know what? Let me just throw up. I think I can throw up a banner here that says, "My voice, my soul's unique frequency." My voice, my soul's unique frequency. We're going to add that banner. And so we're going to use this as our closer today. It sounds like this. Feel free to hum along, to just listen, to sing along, to harmonize, to improvise. However you'd like to engage today, you are invited to celebrate and honor your voice, your relationship with your voice, because it is your soul's unique frequency. And that is such a beautiful gift. Your voice is perfectly tuned for you, your energy, and is perfectly tuned to call in whatever you desire in this lifetime, to call in your chosen family, your soul family. I encourage you to either use this time to take some breaths and meditate, or to use your voice to call in whatever you desire as we sing this song together. So this is my voice, my soul's unique frequency. It goes like this. My voice, my voice, my voice, my voice, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency. Ho, 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 oh, my voice, my voice, my voice, my voice, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency. Ho, 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 my my voice, my voice, my voice, my voice, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency. Oh, 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 my voice, my voice, my voice, my voice, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency, my soul's unique frequency. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions about Soft Power Choir, if you are interested in having a one-on-one session where we can go deeper into your relationship with your voice and to also use the voice to balance and clear and cleanse any energetic centers and chakras for you. I'm happy to speak with you a little bit further about any ways that I can support you in your journey in connecting with your body's wisdom and your energy and using your voice to wield your voice in any way that you truly desire. All right. Salamat, mahalo. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your Venus day and weekend. We are tapping out of Soft Power.